Welcome back to another episode of Law Firm Success Story. Now, today we have a guest on who has made significant progress in an area that a lot of law firm owners struggle with, and that is getting the attention of people who could potentially become clients of your firm. So, Claire, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Hey, it is a pleasure to have you. Now, the way we usually start these conversations off is we start off with tell us what your firm looks like today. And then after that, we'll jump into the story on, okay, all right, how did you get to where you are today? So what does your firm look like today?
So we're an estate planning law firm in a small town in Minnesota, and we have about 9 people at our firm today. And this summer, my story comes from recent. Summers are always our slowest time of the year because nobody wants to think about their wills and trusts. They just want to go on vacation. And we were slower during the summer. We had hired people during the busy season, and then things got slow. And so we sat down and we said, what can we do to make some serious progress to changing our number of leads? I guess that's what I'm here to talk about today.
Nice. I love it. That's very interesting because, as you said, you're in a small town, you're in estate planning. So during the summertime, it's not like the height of everyone's thinking about their estate planning during the summertime. So I'm curious as to, with that context of a situation, like, how did you even come across the ideas of figuring out a way to increase your leads during what is probably not the most optimal time for leads?
Yeah, what we did is we crunched numbers working backwards. So we said we want to be at this profit level this year, this gross amount. And then we took our total leads and we said, okay, how much money do we make per lead, qualified, unqualified, don't convert, whatever. And we got that number. And then we worked back and we said, we're going to need this many leads to make this much profit. And then we're going to need this many appointments set up from the leads based upon our conversion rates. And then based upon our basically average case value, that's going to lead to this much profit. So we worked like forwards and backwards to come up with a goal that I announced to our firm, showing my math. And then I basically broke it down and I said, okay, there are 2 different ways we are going to get leads to our firm. We are going to get new clients and we're going to get business from our old clients, okay? There's 2 different buckets we're going to dip from. And there's different benefits and detriments to dipping from the different buckets. Like when you have a new client or a new lead, they don't know your firm, they don't trust your firm, so sometimes there's more warming up you have to do, versus if you have a client that already knows and trusts your firm, it's a different story, but they may not need all the work done because they got a lot of it done before. So we dipped into both those buckets. And I made like a 20-minute speech to my office where I talked about, look, this is what we're paying for paid advertising per lead. So we're going to increase that based upon our average case value, like showing the facts. And then talked about all the different other ways we're going to get new leads, including we're going to do all these different networking things. We're going to give speeches in the community. And then there's all these different ways to recall our old clients. There's new things in the law. So we profiled our clients and figured out which clients have entities, and there's some new laws with entities. And so we contacted all the clients with old entities that need to maybe have some updates on this law, or different clients in different wealth brackets based upon changes in the law that may need to make updates to their estate plan. So then we worked on basically calling clients and saying, hey, how would you like to meet with us? There's been some updates. We think what's going to affect you, and going from there. And then we also talked about, when we're working with a client, maybe you're helping them with their estate planning, but we also do real estate. So you can make sure that the clients that we're presently working with know about all of our services. And because they may just go where their realtor tells them to go, or, they may not think of us, right? So that they're very aware of all the ways that we can help them. So we had this kickoff meeting. And then what happened is, so we set these goals. We need these many leads. We need these many appointments. And then this is our weekly tracking with gross. So we would have this meeting every week where we'd report on those numbers. Then the people in the different departments would need to, okay, we're going to spend a lot more time doing client recall this week. So we would essentially try and move the needles on those. In the end, we turned a month that is like probably our slowest month always into the biggest month ever with
Wow.
leads. Yeah.
That is pretty impressive. And I love the way that you were just, I mean, you use the data and you were very clear about, let me just paint the picture for the team. Cause I feel like that's something that not a lot of people do as well, as far as just painting that picture of here's the goal and here's how we get to this goal. So I guess, how did your team respond like when you provided that type of clarity?
I guess when I try and announce initiatives, I try and do it like a game. Like we're gonna beat this game. And we have a lot of transparency in our office about where we're going and what we're doing. And I think that's exciting for folks to be part of something big and to be a part of moving the needle. So I think people were excited. After this, we anticipated, as we saw our leads build, we said, okay, we need to get on operations now because we got a ton of work to do. There's always this yin and yang forecasting of, okay, we're going to drill down on this, and then we need to drill down on something else. So after that, we started to look more at different things with operations that we could improve upon. But yeah, I think it was exciting for the team.
Awesome. I love it. And I think that is amazing just to hear, like I said, your story on being able to generate that many leads and just the way you went about it. And you had a very clear strategy and a way to hold people accountable. So that is pretty awesome. Now, I guess we'll have to bring you back when we hear about the exciting success story on what you did on the operation side now that all the leads are in.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel when you come up with that goals, I guess something that I've learned through time is that instead of just coming up with a goal out of nowhere, like 100, because it's 3 digits and it's even number, you need to, I think it's best to go back to your team and say, this is why I'm coming up with this goal, right? We need to make this goal so that everyone gets bonuses. So you bring it back into logic, right? Of why this is important.
I love it. I love it. If people want to know more about your firm, where can they find you guys online?
Yeah, our website is www.yanowitzlaw.com. And we also have a YouTube channel where we're publishing videos all the time about estate planning. And so if you just Google Yanowitz Law, you can find it on YouTube as well.
Awesome. I love it. Claire, thank you so much for coming on. Thank you for being a guest today.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for tuning in to another episode of the Law Firm Success Story, sponsored by the T.L. Turner Group, where we focus on making accounting and finance simple so that you can focus on more success for your law firm. Follow us online and visit us at tlturnergroup.com/law firm success to see more episodes of the Law Firm Success Story.